The family are Rohingya refugees and the building is a individual high school wherever they find out Malaysian, British, mathematics and scientific. The lifetime is lighting year off of the one the family leftward over in Myanmar. Human beings were received hit and annihilated and the police force were breathtaking human beings. My entire countryside was burnt downward, 13-year-old Anwar Sadaqchek Ahmed says gently, cowering in his tutor's arm. Anwar and his household fled their fishery countryside in Myanmar's Rakhine country in 2013 following abuse ruined of. His grandma, he told, just fled Myanmar recent year and is now in a asylum seeker camping in Bangladesh, wherever more than rather than 680,000 Rohingya include fled to with August 2017. Although they believe themselves the happy ones, such who done it to Malaysia yet conduct lives pregnant in hazard and odds. They include no legislative rights, no law to job, no prospect for main formation, and are required to eke out a really hard residing in the grey marketplace economics of the nation, told Richard Towell, the Joint Nations Top Commissar for Refugees, UNHCR, member for Malaysia. The is the instance for all refugees in Malaysia. Largest of the 150,000 refugees down there are of Myanmar, but down there are as well Pakistanis, Syrians, Yemenis and Palestinians. Anwar's dad has been work unlawfully in Penang with 2006 and pays smugglers to give above his child and woman by ship. Anwar as well has an baby sibling who was unborn in Malaysia. The household are now recorded in the UNHCR. The UN Flesh has recorded 62,000 Rohingya refugees in Malaysia, but the organization estimates down there could be else 30,000 to 40,000 who are down there unlawfully, and Dong T include formal asylum seeker statute. Receiving it is a long trial how can just occur in the Malaysia Equity, Kuala Lumpur. UNHCR Malaysia prioritizes refugees in migration arrest, sensitive refugees who include go to UNHCR of direction partners consisting by the government agencies, and other who include been interviewee and found to requirement UNHCR's protect and supporting, told Towell. He's not precise if Malaysia will take any of such who include fled with August, an outcome how has conduct to the planet's fastest increasing asylum seeker meltdown in Bangladesh. In September 2017, Zulkifli Abu Bakar, the CEO General of the Malaysia Marine Coercion Agent, told such escaping abuse in Myanmar would not be rotated off, and how they would be stipulated interim orphanage. But in 2015, Wan Junaidi Jaffar, the Malaysia Vice Household Secretary, told the Rohingya inbound in the nation unlawfully would be rotated behind. The newest outcome was sparked in recent August, following an assault on by the government boundary posts by a Rohingya belligerent team leading in a cruel crackdown by Myanmar's war. Refugees filled in Bangladesh in terrible stories of systemic rape, massive killings and burning, though Myanmar's war denies murder any civilian population or making atrocities. Challenges in Malaysia, schools such as the one Anwar goes to, include sprouted up since time the nation tolerates Rohingya present and the UNHCR has given them asylum seeker statute. They are yet formally deliberate illicit migrants and thus can't go to routine schools. The framework their options to schools run by non-government organizations, or sectarian schools named as madrasas wherever they find out Arabic language and research Islamic. On to the UNHCR. Down there are on 50 schools Indiana Malaysia run by non-governmental organizations training Rohingya family. All classes are detained in Malaysian, or Bahasa Melayu, the nation's domestic language. The guys include selected up the tongue in spite inbound in no expertise of Malaysian fare a few year back. Malaysian is lightweight, we listen it anywhere, but British is difficult, says Rosman Kayas, 12. Who arriving in 2014. The High School of World was based by Kamarulzaman Aska Ndar, a policy scientific lecturer at the University Sains Malaysia, who scientific on the Rohingyas' distress time making study. He told, I was sad on how bad their lives in Malaysia include been, how they can't job and how their family do not include accessing to complementary formation. The high school begun as weekend classes with area in the regional sectarian high school. As the undergraduate people grew, Camaralzaman leased a patio building and employed 3 teaching staff so the high school could run 5 days a 1 week. But down there are enormous challenges. They fight to discover the RM6, 000, $1,471 necessary to run the high school every monthly, and neighbors complain about on the high school creature in their neighborhood, since of the sound. The high school is mostly underfunded by person grant. Some organizations love the UNHCR as well helps of period to period in high school material and learning supporting for the teaching staff, he told. Largest unfortunately, he says, he has challenged compliance the family in high school. Older boys would be requested by the families to see for jobs, time older girls would be requested by the parents to assist the families at household, and to be marital off while they go of year, Camaralzaman says. Rosman's sibling, for sample, is just 13, but was stretched out of high school previous the year to assist out at household while their mom got pregnant woman. Camaralzaman says down there is as well slight stimulus for older guys to remain in high school with the high school just teaches the basic high school curriculum, that is characteristically for family elderly 7 to 12. He told he wants to begin training the second high school curriculum if he can save financing, how will ensure the teaching staff and the required area. Which following. Experts say Malaysia should see at increasing the Rohingyas accessing to occupation, health and formation. It is very on their livelihood creature capable to job and to nourish their families and to include quite cash to use services of the marketplace. If they cannot accessing by the government services, they requirement cash for health services and to email their family to high school. Osuan, a newcomer comrade at Singapore's ISEAS, Yusof Ishak Institution. Towel of the UNCHR says he can know why Malaysia is frightened making to official institutional arrangement for the refugees might reason more than to come. We trust how a thoroughly controlled register schema wherever UNHCR and the by the government work close along, can alleviate the risks of the but could as well supply the favorable dividend distribution to Malaysia and to refugees, he told. But in spite the difficult situation in job and formation, the Rohingya students and parents at the Penang High School say they are lucky. Malaysia is peace compared to which he leftward over, says Anwar. Currently, he spends his complimentary period game soccer in new friends of the neighborhood. Also, Juba Ira Bashir, 34, who driven 3 family to her illicit immigrant man in Penang in 2013, says she has selected up main Bahasa Melayu and can buy her food items. She has as well done Malaysia friends. If I can, I wish to go household to Myanmar. But differently Malaysia is nice and the family include high school there, she says. At Lode the household is along currently.